there, grammar students. I'm Chelsea with Let's Talk. Today, let's break down can. All right, I can speak English. I can read a book. I can swim, but I can't fly. Like a bird, like a plane, I cannot fly. We use can to talk about our abilities. Now, can is what we call a modal verb. Modal verbs are a special kind of verb, and you'll learn more modal verbs later. But there are certain rules to modal verbs that we'll start talking about now. So, modal verbs, they work as auxiliary verbs. So, that means they come before the main verb. They are followed by the base form of the verb. So I would say, I can swim. Can is our modal before the main verb, and our main verb is in the base form. Not can to swim, not can swimming, just the base form. I can swim. Also, for modal verbs, they are not conjugated. So that means no S endings for he, she, and it, okay? So, let's make some sentences. All right, so let's do all the subjects first. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Now, for all of these subjects, our can is just going to be can, no S endings. I can, you can, he can, she can, it can. Now, cans, just can. We can, and they can. Then we follow it up with the base form of our main verb. So, I can read. You can play football. He can read Arabic. She can speak Japanese. It can run. We can sing, and they can dance. I can't dance. So, one thing I want to note here is the pronunciation of can. So, in a sentence with the word can, we don't emphasize can. I would say, I can read. In our main verb, it's a little higher, it's a little louder. I can read. I can read. You can play football. He can read Arabic. She can speak Japanese. It can run. We can sing. They can dance. So, because it's not emphasized, it kind of sounds like can. It's really short, really quiet. I can read. You can play. He can read. She can speak. It can run. can. All right? So keep that in mind with your spoken English. Or if you're listening to these sentences, it might sound like can. All right? Now, to make these sentences negative, like I said, these are auxiliary verbs. So we're not going to add do or does. We just need not between our auxiliary verb and our main verb. I cannot read. You cannot play. He cannot read. She cannot speak. It cannot run. We cannot sing. They cannot dance. So, one thing to note here. Cannot is one word, not two. For other negatives, we've had something like does not. One word, two words. But here, cannot is one word, okay? So remember that if you're writing the word cannot. But the contraction is more common. So instead of cannot, one more, we would just say can't. I can't read. You can't play football. He can't read Arabic. She can't speak Japanese. It can't run. We can't sing. They can't dance. So the pronunciation of can't does have that ah sound in there. Can't. Can't. All right? All right, let's talk questions. We're going to follow the same pattern as we have been. So with a question like, when can we watch the movie? We have our question word first, our auxiliary verb can next, the subject, the main verb in the base form, and the object. All right? And same thing for closed questions. Can he buy a new book? So we can do the complete answer. Yes, he can buy a new book. Or for the short answer, we'll just use our auxiliary verb and our subject. Yes, he can. Period. All right, so that's everything for can for now. In the comments, tell me, what can you do? I'm Chelsea telling you it's not nerdy being wordy. Let's talk again soon.